will see and hear firsthand.
This kind of sound. Let's hear the rest of it.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't even like Greek yogurt that much. I just went to the store and bought some Greek yogurt for the bit. So that's for you 5 viewers. I ate Greek yogurt for a bit for a YouTube video. That's what I do. The Odyssey. I'm sure you've heard about this movie. It's Christopher Nolan's big new movie that's coming out, following Oppenheimer, the, trillion award-winning Blue Records. People love that movie. It almost hit $1 billion in the box office, I'm pretty sure. I love that movie. And so this is Chris Nolan's next big thing, and so people were very curious to see like what's next for Christopher Nolan, and it is The Odyssey. That's his next movie. I have been excited before it even was announced that it's The Odyssey he's doing. I was just excited for the next movie that Christopher Nolan's doing. I am a Christopher Nolan glazer, hence why this video exists right now. So if you are not a Christopher Nolan fan, you might want to check out. You might want to see you later, because this is going to be a Chris Nolan glaze sesh. So just know that going in, okay? I don't normally make videos like this, so you're probably wondering why I'm even taking the time to talk about a movie. And honestly, it's just because of how anticipated this movie was. And it was literally like, I'm not even kidding, last week when I found out that people were like not excited for this movie. And that broke my little heart, dude, because holy cow, I've been like counting the days to see this thing. When I found out that the new trailer that came out like last week hit almost 1 million dislikes, I literally, like, the montage that you saw at the beginning of this video was like slightly exaggerated, but I literally was in my chair like, holy frick, people don't want to see this movie. It was a very sad realization that I came to. And so naturally, I was just confused and wanted to learn why people are dislike bombing a really cool trailer, in my opinion. After doing some research, after learning a thing or two about the controversy surrounding this movie, the backlash, I have formed my opinion, and I'm here to tell you, even though you didn't ask, because I love Christopher Nolan and I'm going to die on that hill. But just for a heads up, this video is kind of like a package deal. So I'm going to be talking about the backlash and controversy now in the first section of this video. Then I'm going to literally see this movie on Friday in a couple of days in IMAX for the first time. I've never been to an IMAX screening before. After I see it, I'm going to, in this video, review the movie and see if it's actually trash like everyone's saying it's going to be, or if it's one of his best movies ever, which I'm hoping it will be. And so if you just want to see my review as to like what I thought about this movie, if you care at all, you could go to this timestamp right here. I don't know where it's going to be on the screen, but you can skip to this part of the video if you don't care about any of this at all. But this whole thing has been so interesting for me, so I kind of just want to talk about all of it. I'm very curious to see what this movie is going to be like. So I'm very excited, and so yeah, enjoy the review later on. Anyways, let's get into the meat and potatoes as to why people are like going crazy, dislike bombing trailers and stuff like that. So if you have been living under a rock, which is totally fine, honestly, I'm kind of right there with you in the sense that I have never heard anything about the Odyssey before. I never read it in high school. I think it's a book. Like, I don't even really know that much. Like, and I'm just not familiar with the story that much. I know of Greek mythology, but it's not super familiar to me. And so that's kind of more why I'm also excited to see this movie, is because of, I just don't know that much. I don't know much about this movie at all. But I did do research after I found out that Christopher Nolan was doing The Odyssey. And so this is what I know, okay? I know it's about this guy, I think his name's Odysseus. He's like fighting in the Trojan War, wins the Trojan War, and wants to go home to see his family. He's trying to get home, and the Greek gods are like, heck no, dude, you are not going back because we hate you, and so we're gonna make it like 10 years or something until you can see your family again. That's probably the worst explanation of the Odyssey that you've ever heard if you're like a fan and have read the actual story, but that's kind of pretty much all I know. And so I'm just excited because it's Christopher Nolan. That's like my thing. I'm just like, holy frick, I can't wait to see what he does with this. But yeah, in terms of like story beats and stuff like that, not super familiar. That's not my territory. So people that are more familiar with this story are, I think, care a little more as to like, they want the movie to be good because they care a lot about the story. They've probably grown up with it. I mean, it's years old, decades, maybe even centuries. I don't even know. Like, people have been around this for a long time, so I understand people care and want it to be good. And so, I understand that in terms of why the controversy exists, why there's backlash. Like, I get it. There's a couple things that I learned when doing research as to what people are, frustrated with, or why people are having an issue with this movie to begin with. And the backlash kind of surrounds two big things that I'm going to go into. The first kind of controversy that I'm going to talk about, because I just don't give a frick about, is like the costume design. People were very upset when the trailer showed these crazy looking costumes that apparently aren't historically accurate. Now, I do not care. Like, I quite simply do not care. I saw some tweets talking about this, and it was like, if this movie was historically accurate, people would be walking around in like tin cans, like swinging swords at each other. Like, dude, I'm not sure about you, but I don't think I really want to see Matt Damon in a freaking tin can. Like, I need to make out with Anne Hathaway. Like, that's, dude, I don't think any of us really need to see that. And so, looking at the trailers and stuff like that, I thought the costumes looked great. I mean, they look fire. Historically accurate. It's a movie, bro. It's like, I don't know. I don't think it matters that much. Like, listen, I understand for the history freaks out there that want it to be like, exactly how it was. I kind of get it, but like, it's like, are you gonna be sitting in the theater like, holy frick, why is he not wearing a copper chest plate? I don't think that's gonna be that big of a deal, hopefully. Now, I could watch this movie and see these costumes and be like, holy frick, that looks goofy, it looks like a piece of plastic. Like, okay, maybe that's a chance, but knowing Christopher Nolan, I have some trust in the dude to know that, I don't think that's gonna happen, okay? That's, to me, not a concern, and not a reason to freaking dislike the trailer, okay? There's a million dislikes on this thing, and it's very frustrating. So kind of the next thing I want to talk about is, people are concerned with the casting a little bit. Now, when I first heard about the concerns with the casting, I was a little confused, because this is like A-list casting. Like, this is some of the greatest actors we have in Hollywood, and so I was initially confused, but my confusion is because I have no idea what the story of the Odyssey really entails, to be honest. I don't know what the characters are depicted as in the story. I don't know like what they are supposed to look like. And so I don't really care, about that, but I know this has been a thing that's happened in the past. We got our Disney movies where they cast different races for different characters that look different in the original movie, and that's controversial, and I understand that. I understand why that can be kind of like weird, okay? Maybe that can be an issue for you, but honestly, I don't think that's an issue, because these are great actors and actresses. They do great jobs in their movies, so I know you can probably say, like, for example, with the Snow White thing, like, if a character is supposed to look a certain way from the original text, and they don't, that can be kind of weird for some people. But the other thing for me too is like, if this movie consists of these characters throughout the whole thing, I think Helen of Troy is like a prominent character in the story. I think, I'm not sure. If she's like one of the main characters and looks nothing like what she's supposed to, yeah, I can understand why that's a concern. I don't think that's the case. The trailer shows her for like 2 seconds, and like, I don't know, like, it's not that big of a deal. I'm pretty sure she's played by Lupita, who's a fantastic actress. She's in, like, I'm pretty sure Black Panther and other movies like that, and everything I've seen her in is fantastic. I think Helen of Troy is described as, like, the most beautiful person or character in the universe or something like that. And, so now people are like critiquing how beautiful Lupita is and stuff like that, and it's just like, I don't know, I feel like it's gone out of hand for people to be that mad, like 1 million dislikes mad. Like, dang, dude, that's a lot of dislikes for I don't know. The other controversial character that's in this movie is Elliot Page. Elliot Page is transgender. Elliot Page has been in Christopher Nolan movies before, pre-transition, I believe. Elliot was in Inception, I think. So Elliot Page has worked with Christopher Nolan before, and they did a phenomenal job in that movie, in Inception, and so I don't doubt that they could do a good job in this movie either. But the problem here that people have is Elliot Page is casted as a like Greek soldier, I think, or a soldier of some sort, and people are looking at Elliot and being like, does this really look like a soldier that can like be in battle? And like, I've seen some videos and stuff of people looking at Elliot, comparing size, like height and stuff. Yeah, okay, maybe Elliot probably couldn't do much in war, sure. Like I said earlier, if Elliot is like a main character and is in this movie for like the whole runtime, okay, yeah, maybe there's we could have a problem, because that just won't make sense to our eyes. If Elliot is like a very small character in this movie and it's just like a passing soldier, or like someone that is like has 5 minutes of screen time, it's not gonna be that big of a deal. The movie could still be a banger, okay? It still can. It still can, okay? I don't know if it warrants the amount of hate this movie's been getting. Like, that trailer, the amount of dislikes blew my mind, dude. That blew my freaking mind. I was like, dude, did like someone on the cast say the N-word or something like that? Like, I totally thought that this was game over for Christopher Nolan, but after doing the research and stuff like that, I don't see the issue, to be honest. Another thing that I saw too was that this movie is too Midwestern. There's not a Greek person or actor in this movie. Hence the Greek yogurt comment, which I thought was freaking hilarious. But it shows that like this movie is not Greek like the time period, and there's people wanted them to have like accents or something like that to sound a little more like, or they wanted them to have British accents, I think, to make it sound a little more profesh, because that's how the old movies were. They have all British accents, and it makes it seem like, oh, they're actually Greek speaking English. I don't know. I don't give a frick. I'm pretty sure a character in the trailer says daddy, and people lost their minds, bro. Like, no daddy. You cannot say daddy in a Christopher Nolan movie, or else it's game over, man. Does it warrant the hate, though? I don't know. Like, that's what's blowing my mind right now, is I don't know if it warrants the freaking backlash this movie's getting. I don't know. Doing more research into this, I'm like watching YouTube videos of people talking about this. There's this YouTuber called The Critical Drinker. I actually have watched a lot of his content, and it's very good. He's very hilarious, and he is like brutal with some of the movies he does not like, which is entertaining and funny. But he brings up these things that I've already mentioned. He's got 3 points: race swap fatigue, gender ideology fatigue, and the Zendaya fatigue. Now, that point was interesting to me, because Zendaya like has been in like everything recently, to be honest. But like, Zendaya is phenomenal. Like, she's a great actress, and he says something crazy in his video.
Now, if I was casting the Greek goddess Athena, I'd be looking for an actress with an insane level of charisma, screen presence, and gravitas, not to mention acting range, and unless there's something about her that I've somehow missed over the years, I just don't see any of those qualities in Zendaya.
Does he know that he's literally talking about Zendaya? Like, Zendaya. We're talking about Zendaya, dude. She's great. Like, she's beautiful. She's phenomenal. I don't know. I also think Zendaya is like slightly overhyped, but she's so good. Like, she's good in everything. So you can have fatigue, man. I'm enjoying. I can't wait for Dune 3. All right, I'll be sat for that. But anyways, I thought his video on the Odyssey was actually fair, and going over some of the things. Like, I understand the concern. Again, I do. But it's just, I don't think it warrants this crazy internet hate mob that's happening. Like. And I think what's going to happen is these characters that people have an issue with are not going to be that big of a deal. I just think that Christopher Nolan, I trust him. I think that he's going to make a great story out of this crazy, like, world. Now, the concern I had going into this movie that I don't think really anyone else is talking about that much, maybe they are, I'm just not aware, is his use of CGI and stuff like that. In Oppenheimer, he was like huge for not using any CGI in that movie at all, I'm pretty sure. And there's obviously a lot of CGI in this movie, but like, if I know anything about Christopher Nolan, I know that he's probably going to handle that pretty well. There were some scenes in the trailer that I saw that I was just like, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what it looks like on the big screen. This movie was filmed, I'm pretty sure, on IMAX cameras. And so, like, I think in its entirety, which is abnormal for a normal movie. And so this is like made for IMAX screens. So to see it in IMAX, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to talk about it. It's going to be fantastic. I'm pretty sure, I hope. And if it's not, you will see me defeated in a few minutes. Now, here's what I will say. If this movie is trash and I don't like it that much, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna freaking say it. I mean, I'm gonna be disappointed as frick, you know? I'm gonna be like, dang, I was so wrong. I look like an idiot in the first part of this video, but I will eat it, bro. Like, I'll take it. If this movie's trash, you will hear me say it's trash. But if I love it, I will not stop talking about how much I love it. So we'll see. We'll see. Regardless of everything that's been going on, regardless of the billions and trillions of dislikes that's happening, that feels like it's happening at least. I'm still liking those trailers. I like them. Like they're really cool. Like, they look really good. I don't know. Maybe am I the only one that thinks that? That can't be the case. That's crazy. Another thing that I also wanted to mention is I just finished watching like 3 or 4 reviews for this movie, and people freaking loved it. They loved it, okay? I'm pretty sure the Escape podcast gave them like a 8 or 9 out of 10. Jeremy Johns, love that dude. He makes great movie reviews. He gave it awesome-tacular, okay?
One of my favorites of the year, not even a question. With an ending that's satisfying, as I remember the ending of the Odyssey being. The Odyssey is awesome-tacular.
When he gave the movie awesome-tacular, standing ovation by me. I was literally clapping, yes! Dude, yes! If Jeremy likes it, holy frick, it's a good movie, bro. It's a good freaking movie. And Chris Stuckman reviewed it. He loved it. If Chris Stuckman reviewed it, it means it's a good movie, bro. Like, that's where we're at. And so I trust these people that make YouTube reviews. I've seen countless of their reviews before. It's all good stuff. I'm pretty sure Jeremy said that, like, the characters that you're concerned about are, like, in the movie for, like, 5 minutes, okay? So you can cry, you can be like, oh my gosh, I don't know, bro. I'm gonna be sitting there loving every second of it, okay? If it's actually good. But it sounds like it's gonna be good. We'll see. And yes, I know people are gonna watch this, be like, he's just a Chris Nolan glazer. He's gonna love it regardless. He saw the reviews and people loved it, so he's gonna love it. False, okay? If this movie everyone else loves and I think is trash, I'm gonna say it, okay? No matter the hate. But I just don't think that's gonna be the case, okay? Because I'm pretty sure Christopher Nolan, I'm trying to think of a movie by Christopher Nolan that I don't like. This might be a crazy take, but I think his Dark Knight trilogy is probably the worst movies he's made, and those are like freaking bangers. So, you know, you might disagree. You might disagree with that. I know people love the Dark Knight and stuff like that. I do too, but I love pretty much all of his other movies over that. Like Tenet, people hate. It is up there, man. Tenet is like one of my favorite movies by Christopher Nolan. So if you're hearing me say this and you're like, holy frick, this guy's a lunatic, I don't trust his review, okay, that's fair. But I'm just letting you know, I'm being honest, I'm being transparent, okay? If I think the movie sucks, I will say it. I will, I promise. But I just had to get this out of my system because I've been confused. I've been lost, I've been scared. I've been sitting around my house just wondering what's gonna happen. I've been waiting for this movie to happen for like freaking 2 years, and like people were disliking, and it was a dark time in my life. But we are so back. I feel amped after watching those reviews and seeing that people actually loved it, and everyone's concerns are out the window, bro. So don't care. You can hate, leave a dislike. I don't care. I think it's gonna be good. All right, here's the IMAX experience, and then I'll review it. So yeah.
You ready
Yep.
to see the
Can you back up,
Odyssey?
please? I'm very excited. It's gonna be. I gotta look it up. It's gonna be really fun.
Look it up on the. It's gonna be. Oh, I almost killed those squirrel. Rich, are you excited to see the Odyssey?
Actually, almost killed a bird. I think I clipped it.
We are heading to the IMAX theater right now, and it's going to take us 38 minutes to get there. Good setup. But we're all very excited, and I'm very excited.
So you serious? You're literally recording this?
We're recording this.
Oh my! I'll record this. Then.
Oh, what's this? Why did you show me that?
I don't know anything. I'm just sparking notes.
Oh, you're just doing research before the movie?
I'm wanting to get this first try.
Are you
I want to understand.
Yes. Oh my word.
I want to try it and see if I can piece the puzzle pieces together, because I know it's going to be out of order. I know it's going to be confusing, but I want to see if I can do it, because I God explained to me the story. I'm going to try to get it first try.
She's not gonna get it first try. I probably won't even get it first try. Quick stop at a Chick-fil-A before we go to the movie, getting some milkshakes. Milkshake secured. What'd you get, Sarah?
I got Greek.
Oh, you want to try that again?
I got cookies and cream.
Why do you get so embarrassed? It's just a bone.
It's all up in my space. Stop. And, and
Yeah, keep going. Go, keep going.
we're on our way to the movie theater. We're 15 minutes away. Dan's gonna get popcorn when we get there.
It is review time for The Odyssey. I have officially seen it in IMAX, the full experience, and unfortunately, I think I might have embarrassed myself at the first part of this video because I was extremely disappointed in this movie. Is what I would be saying if I was lying. This movie was freaking fire. I really enjoyed this movie. It was an incredible experience seeing it on IMAX. It wasn't the 70mm, the special format that everyone's been seeing, but it was an IMAX theater, which was very exciting. And it was an experience, man. This was awesome to watch on the mega screen with the sound and everything. It was truly incredible. This is editor Dan popping in just for a quick little cameo here. Before we even saw this movie, I took a screenshot on my phone on how full this theater was. And so I wanted to show this is how full my theater was. And the empty seats that you see were eventually even full. Like the entire theater was packed. There was hundreds of people watching this movie all together with us. And so that made the experience all the better. It was so much fun just being in a pack. I've never been in a theater that packed before in my life, so that was pretty cool. I just wanted to share that, but that's all I wanted to say. Back to the original video now. If I were to rate this movie out of 10, I would probably give it a solid 9.5 out of 10. It's not a perfect movie. There's definitely some things, to totally critique and nitpick and sure, but overall, my experience, this was a phenomenal movie, okay? I would not say that this is my favorite Christopher Nolan movie. I would definitely have some of his classics like Interstellar, maybe a tier above this. This is definitely one of his up there movies for sure. I loved it. Now let's just kind of jump right into my initial thoughts. This is going to be spoiler-free thoughts, and then we'll move into some spoiler territory, and I'll give you a warning when we get there. But for right now, you're safe. If you haven't seen this movie, these are just my on-paper thoughts. I highly recommend you go see it. Go to the theater. Go to an IMAX screening if you can. It is freaking fantastic. First of all, The story is very easy to understand. You know, Christopher Nolan is kind of notorious for having a very confusing storyline. Like sometimes it can be all over the place. He likes to not really tell a chronological story. He likes to go, okay, now we're going in here. Now this is the timeline. Just kidding, we're going backwards. Like, he kind of just likes to go around and do all kinds of fun things, which is, in some of his movies, is a lot of fun. It makes it confusing and sometimes hard to follow, especially for just a normal viewer that isn't familiar with Nolan's work. It can be a lot sometimes, and that was kind of my concern. I went to go see this movie with my dad and my 2 sisters, and my 2 sisters are not huge into the Nolan style of film. I watched Tenet with one of my sisters, and we were like halfway through, and she's like, I need you to turn this off. This is like, I'm not following what is going on whatsoever. And so, you know, that's fair. You know, it's not for everybody. Going into this movie, I was just like, I hope that this is not a really complicated movie that's just gonna like turn off the interest of my younger sisters or anything like that. And I'm pleased to say this is actually a pretty straightforward, easy movie to understand. Both my sisters were able to kind of understand the story without any major problems, which was really fun. We all pretty much understood the storyline first try, which, you know, isn't always the case with a Christopher Nolan movie, so that was fun. The story was great. It was really interesting. It had us all on the edge of our seat. Like, seriously, like, there are a couple of moments in this movie where I literally was like, oh my gosh, like, what the freak is about to happen, bro? Like, I was literally, like, having to cover my eyes for some of the scenes in this movie because it was either extremely intense or kind of disgusting. If you've seen the movie, you kind of know what I'm talking about. I want to talk about the score for this movie. I've seen a lot of people actually give their thoughts on Ludwig's score here. He did the score for Oppenheimer, and he's done a lot of scores for different movies I've seen recently, and he is a master at his craft. People were saying that, you know, the score wasn't a huge standout to them like it was in Oppenheimer, and I tend to agree kind of with that sentiment. It's definitely not as good as the Oppenheimer score, but to be fair, that score is kind of flawless. Like, I don't think you really can top that one. And so this score is perfect for this movie. And like, it's beautiful. It does what it needs to, even though it's not technically better than, let's say, his previous scores. I think it's up there for one of the greater scores that he's done for movies. Yeah, I loved it. There's one particular scene in this movie where I heard the score and I actually almost levitated. It was heavenly. If I'm pulling up the score on Spotify and listening to it out of my free will, you did a good job. Like, I've done that for this movie, and I've done it for previous ones that Ludwig's done, and he is a master at his craft, and you definitely notice it in this movie 1000%. In terms of the controversy that was addressed at the early part of this video, I am pleased to say I did not give a single frick about the costumes that anyone was wearing. Everyone looked great. The costume design was fire. Maybe it wasn't historically accurate, but I did not really care all that much while I was watching this movie. It was very good. All the costumes look fantastic. There's one character that is like aura farming, man. Like, he looks incredible. And like, I don't give a frick that no one looked like that a billion years ago. Like, I think it looks fire for this movie. So if you have a problem with that, I'm sorry, man. Like, to me, it didn't seem like that big of a deal. And so, like, if it's gonna make it so that it ruins the movie for you, I feel like you're just missing out on an incredible experience because you're getting hung up over something that I don't think is that big of a deal. But, you know, if it is for you, hey, man, sorry, bro. The movie's fire. Now, in terms of the actors playing their roles in this movie, the actors all did an incredible job. You know, the stars, Matt Damon, Tom Holland, Anne Hathaway, those guys are obviously a master at their craft, and they show up for this movie. They clock into work, man. They did an incredible job. I saw a lot of, you know, buzz about Tom Holland's performance in this movie being like the best he's ever done. Now, while he did an incredible job in this movie, I don't know if I would go out as far as to say that this is the best thing I've ever seen him in, but he does nail what he's supposed to do in this movie, and it's very impressive. I don't know if I'd go as far as to say that this is the best thing I've ever seen him in, but he does a very good job. Anne Hathaway, on the other hand, gives one of the best performances I think I've ever seen from her. In my humble opinion, I haven't seen a lot of her work, to be fair. I've only really seen her in other Christopher Nolan movies. I've definitely seen her in other things too, and she's just a fantastic actress, but oh my gosh, does she freaking crush it in this movie. She's incredible. Every time that she is on screen, I just was like, this is peak. Like, she's insane, dude. I love her. Now, Matt Damon, the main character of this movie, does an insane job as well. I know I'm just glazing at this point, but I don't even care because Matt Damon is like awesome. Like, specifically in the last, like, I would say 30 minutes of this movie, I was freaking out with his performance, dude. I was like, wow, he's really good. I've seen The Martian. That's kind of, I think, what he's known for. Great. He does a great job in that, you know, and so I wasn't doubtful or anything, but wow, when he is on screen, when he's doing the thing, wow, incredible stuff, I gotta say. I mean, I'm trying not to give any spoilers in the spoiler-free part, but wow, he's amazing. Also, he does a great job at aura farming as well. Like, that dude farms some aura. Absolutely. Another standout performance is Robert Pattinson. Robert Pattinson, I love almost everything that he's in as well. And I'm a huge fan of the Batman. Like, that dude can definitely do a great job in his movies. And so I was very excited to see what he does with this character, being like, that character sucks. And he does a great job at being an idiot. Like, you just want to, like, punch this dude in the face. Like, anytime Robert Pattinson was on screen, man, I wanted to sucker punch him, bro. Like, he did a great job at playing someone I hated. So great job, Robert Pattinson. Shout out to you. Now, in terms of the actors and actresses that were kind of controversial and people were kind of like iffy about their performance and them even being in this movie, I can assure you it is going to be okay. The people that you might be concerned about maybe have 5 to 10 minutes of screen time. Like, 10 minutes at most, for sure. I mean, it's like, it's fine. It's like, and I think those actors and actresses did a fantastic job in their role. Even though it wasn't a huge part of the movie, they did incredible. Every person that is shown in this movie shows up and does the job well. Like, they did an incredible job getting this movie done, man. Like, wow, I was so impressed. I was so immersed in the story, and dang, dude, I loved it. I loved it, man. I just freaking loved it. Yeah, I think I pretty much covered everything that I wanted to, spoiler free. It's a beautiful story. The score is amazing. The actors do an incredible job. And as far as like the controversy surrounding this movie, I just don't think that it really is going to affect this movie that much, because I mean, you just look at the Rotten Tomatoes, you look at people's reaction coming out of the theater, and they like it. They love it, man. Like, people are loving this movie. So I just think, you know, I really was going in, you know, I definitely am biased, as you saw of the first part of this video. I definitely love Christopher Nolan, so I was expecting to like this movie. I definitely had high expectations, and I wouldn't say that my expectations were like blown out of the water, but they were met. And that's kind of all I needed, because my expectations were up there for sure. Now, in terms of why this is not a 10 out of 10, in terms of my tiny itty bitty critiques, I will say you do feel the runtime of 3 hours in this movie, or almost 3 hours. It's a long movie, and it felt like a long movie. And I'm not sure if that's due to some of the pacing, or if it's just, you know, I'm constantly feeling anxious and like what the frick's about to happen, and I felt that maybe for 3 hours. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I definitely did feel the runtime a little bit here. There are a couple of moments in the movie, specifically in the middle part of this movie, the second act, which is incredible. There are so many things to love about the second act that I just think were incredible, but there are moments that just kind of let you're like, dang, we're still here. You know what I'm saying? Like, so there may be some scenes that drag just a little bit. I'll also say this. As the movie is kind of wrapping up, there's a moment where I thought that the movie was going to end, and if it had ended there, this movie would probably be like an 8 out of 10. But the final act of this movie, the third act, you've probably heard it before, I'm not the first one to say this, is insane. It ends so well. It ends on such a banger of a note that, like, I'm just like, the 9.5 feels fair to me. 9.5 out of 10, I'm willing to give that to Christopher Nolan, because holy frick, dude, the ending is incredible, man. I'm seeing a lot of people say that the start of the movie is kind of slow. I understand what people are saying by that, but I didn't feel that. I felt like this movie starts like you're in it, man. Like, I don't know. I enjoyed the start of this movie and establishing this world, establishing the characters. I think Christopher Nolan did a great job doing that. I think, you know, it's when we finally do know these characters and we're with them and we're going through it with them that there are a couple moments that just, I don't know, they kind of drag a little bit. But other than that, this is an amazing movie. I loved it so much. Thank you, Christopher Nolan. This is Editor Dan back for another appearance. I've been editing this video for a very long time now, and I just finished editing all of my spoiler talk, and if I had included that part in this video, it would be well over an hour. And so I'm going to try to do this in 2 parts, and so I'm going to just keep the spoiler-free part of this experience part of this full video, and then I'm going to make my spoiler talk a separate video on its own. So if you want to go see my spoiler talk, hear my thoughts on what I thought about specific scenes, then you should go check out this video that will be linked in the description, and I think it should be linked at the outro of this video as well. But I just wanted to thank the audience, thank you for clicking on this video just to hear my thoughts on the Odyssey. It's been a very fun experience, and I've loved this whole process of making this video. It's been a special time for me. So yeah, I've really had just a great time. So thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free, you know, give a thumbs up if you liked what you see. Give it, you know, maybe subscribe if you want to. It's only if you want to. It is right there though. You just scroll down a little bit, you can do it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and yeah, look out for spoiler talk coming soon. So yeah, I think that's about it. Goodbye.